Focus on what you have in common, not on what you don't have in common. Why? Because this world is about expounding on our non-commonalities in order to justify divisiveness. View all others as yourself. Me, this is the message I got this morning as I was going about my work. Then when I'm done channeling this, I'm going to continue painting my kitchen cupboards. I don't care if I spend just one more month here, looking at the ugly color it was painted is more than I can take. I figure this is a result of ascension because since I've been trying to retrieve memories of Tianya, I've been doing fluffy flowers and pearly pastels on steroids. I was raised in a macho family where I learned to be tough, and this is now giving way to a more gentler aspect of myself. And I welcome it. So I'm trying to make the point that you may be going through some curious changes as you undergo ascension, but go with them. They may be revealing yourself to you. Ivo even tells me what kind of shoes Tianya wears when I go through the shoe racks at stores. Well, Tianya doesn't wear orthotic inserts, so she can wear those ultra-feminine sandals made of thin strips of leather. I'm more inclined to wearing your grandma's army boots because I have to have a back piece on the shoe to keep the ortho in place. Oh well. He loves me anyway. I know he's just telling me to jog my memory, in fact. But he probably does like her sandals. Adama, LOL, being a starseed comes down to your choice of shoes, does it? Me, well, there are differences between me and my higher self. I have a back problem caused by stress and a reptilian attachment from a past life apparently, and she doesn't. She also doesn't wear reading glasses and have amalgam teeth. But she also doesn't have my beautiful blonde mane. Maybe I can bring it back with me and put it on her. LOL. There are differences, and Ivo just tells me what she would do in order to jog my memory, and I might add, it's working. Adama, very good. Now can we discuss this lesson? Me, sure. View all others as yourself. Something like the do unto others rule. They never said why you're supposed to treat everyone like yourself, but it's because we're all aspects of God. Adama, correct. When you complain about someone, such as your superintendent for example, ask yourself why you dislike him so much. Me, he's always trying to preach Jesus as my savior, and even the fact that he thinks my life is decrepit enough to want to save me annoys me no end. These people are always coming from the superior position in their transactions with others, they always think they know better. This guy is fixing up apartments using second-hand materials from the Restore, preaching that Jesus can save you if you pray to him every day. Great. He never said what Jesus saved him from, but I heard he had a drug addiction a long time ago. He's still got light fingers, and that's another thing I dislike, thieves. So for all intents and purposes, when he annoys me, I don't really feel like we're one. I'm sure many people have the same problem. They're trying to be solid with all other people in the world, but when someone annoys them they drop out of unity consciousness. Adama, and that's because you have problems with thieves and arrogant men. Me, yes, I was going to have a look at that. I have no problem with Jesus. I speak to him often enough. But I'm a vegan, and I believe that that's the reason I wasn't inclined to go to church. We have our own ideology and our own icons, one of which is probably Athena. Yes, Athena came from Lyra, folks. She's not an earthling. The other thing he does is he tries to change me. I didn't ask to be changed. That's probably the crux of it, really. Adama, there's no reason to fear someone who's trying to change you, unless you think it could work. Me, it won't, but I hate having these conversations with him. I need to get into the habit of walking away, but he usually does it when he's in my apartment fixing something. So he may notice he may not be being called on as much. I find it annoying. My parents were always in my head as well, and I hated it. I hate when people try to tell you what to think, and this guy wants me to think like he does. The guy buys second-hand clothes because he can't afford new clothes. What kind of life does he think he's actually offering me? I have new clothes and can afford to live, which seems to be more than he can do. Adama, he's teaching you patience. Me, it's not working. Adama, perhaps if you simply told him to stop trying to change you and ask him to finish his job. Me, yes, I need to be more assertive. Like I ever thought I'd hear myself say that again. But I do. But I see what you're saying. Just like in the old days, I'm taking more of something negative than I really want to. Just putting up with stuff you don't like when you could change it is a sign of disempowerment. Obviously this is old stuff from the past. Adama, you could see that he cares about you. Me, yes, he does. I'd rather he say, geez, I like you, then try to foist his ideology at me, but I know he probably gets credit in heaven if he can convert people. I try to change people, but it's up to them. I provide everything you want to know to better yourself and make soul contact. It's up to you if you take it or not. However, I have my preferences and boundaries that suit these preferences. I've been attacked for talking about Paul McCartney. Woman had a breakdown because I destroyed her Beatles illusions. There was more going on in that group than meets the eye, folks. You have to understand they are marketed to the public. They have their own stuff going on just like everyone else. McCartney was replaced. But I don't plan on suffering people attacking me for telling them so. It's done all the time. The Beatles were not only a huge money maker, they were also at the forefront of social programming of the younger people of the time. With the huge waves of starseeds coming in, they needed some heavy fire, and the Beatles were it. Adama, this is true, Sharon. And there's many more cases of these types of manipulation that have been done before and after the Beatles. Me, I'll bet. Adama, you've written a list of your triggers and me, one thing, though. And yes, I have. I'm working on them. What if someone is doing something to you that you know is not right, like for example his trying to change me? It's not right. There's no respecting my free will there. Adama, then it's time to be assertive. Stop trying to change me. I don't need Jesus. Me, he wouldn't believe me if I told him I can speak to Jesus anytime I want. And I do. But I have to keep that quiet because he'd say that was impossible or something. I think he already believes I'm a witch. I told him too much. Adama, I told you the way to make change is to appeal to the higher self of the person who's trying to change you. This was our last video, I believe. And this is the way to go here. Me, I heard he's got a double and one of them is a reptilian. No wonder he tries to change me. They're all trying. LOL, yes, nightly at any time between 1 to 4 o'clock in the morning. Adama, he does have a human soul as well. Me, yes. I'll talk to him. Adama, the point of this message then, viewers, is in order to be able to see others as yourself, you have to eliminate the things within you that drive wedges between you and them. If his trying to change you irritates you, appeal to his higher self and tell him to stop it. That should help as long as he holds to this. If he starts again, then simply assert yourself again. It's not that hard. Not everyone on the planet is the same, of course, and they don't all think the same. The planet has been created to support division between you, but now is the time you have to heal this and learn to respect each other despite the fact that you may not believe as they do. Stop attacking people whose message is different from your own, for example. Learn to be tolerant where you can and learn to be assertive where you can't. Me, yes, this is basic stuff. Adama, and it's always something that can be refined through the years. Me, thanks Adama. Adama, thank you Sharon for the opportunity to serve.